For the last few weeks, we are going to be working on a final project. And the project is going to meet several of the learning outcomes that are in this course. The learning outcomes are in the syllabus, and I've listed them here as well. And so I do have a video explanation of the project, but in just to give you like the project in a nutshell here, you are going to be creating a project that has at least two C# files. There should be a class file and a separate program file that uses the class that you created. The topic you select for the class is up to you. You can remake one of your games that you did earlier in the semester, or you can create something new. And so to help you out, I remade my race game into a class. And so I've got a video where I kind of walked through that to show you how I did it. And then I actually put the code up at GitHub so that you can take a look at it. Okay, so you can actually see I've got the race game file separate from my program file. And so you can kind of look at the code. And part of this final project is explaining your design decisions. So what you choose to put in the class and why you created it that way are some of the things that you're going to need to discuss. Okay, so that is my example of the race game. I also went ahead and created a brand new class to meet the requirements of this assignment. I did, so you can see that video took a little bit longer because I was creating everything from scratch. And then I also have an example of how that one looks. And so you'll notice that for that one, I did not put as much in the class. Okay, the class just has kind of the basics, whereas the other one, I put most of the game logic in the class. Okay, and there were reasons that I did them that way. I wanted somebody to be able to just use this class and kind of do minimal code to actually create their own version of the game. And for this one, the reason that I chose to kind of do the bare bones on the class is so that if somebody wanted to use it and they wanted to add to it using something called inheritance, which you'll learn about next semester, they would be able to do that. Okay, so I made this one kind of simple on purpose, okay, because it'll allow people to inherit from it and then they can add to it. So those are my two examples. You can watch the videos. You can kind of watch me go through the process of creating them. And the minimum requirements for the project are in this table. And so the minimal requirements are what you need to do to get the points. And if you want to do more, that is awesome. Okay, you can always do more than the minimum. Okay, so, but the minimum is what you need to, get the points that I've listed. Okay, and so that is the project. The project showcase is going to involve demonstrating your application and, more importantly, explaining your design decisions. So while you are creating this project, you should be keeping this in mind that you're going to have to explain your design decisions, like why did you choose to do maybe a while loop on the game instead of doing a menu? You know, those types of decisions. Okay. And there are instructions for the showcase that we will take a look at in a minute. Okay, so this is the project requirements. And I also have a rubric that I will be using to score your project. Okay. And then as far as the requirements for the showcase, I do have a video that goes through this, but the discussion has two parts. So part one is due last week of school on Monday. Part two is due at the end of the week. So part one, you are going to demonstrate your game or your class, whatever you've decided to do. If you want me to record the video, come to the live stream class on 12/8. Otherwise, you will be recording your own. Make sure your video has your voice because you need to talk and you'll have to explain your design decisions while you're doing the demonstration. Now, you can do the explanation before the demo or after the demo or during the demo, whatever you're comfortable with. You can use whatever video software you want. You can even use Zoom. Okay, and you don't have to have an account to use Zoom. When you discuss your design considerations, these are the talking points that I want you to cover. Okay, so make sure that you discuss each one of these points because that's what I'm going to be scoring you on. Okay, and then your project, what you're going to have to do is zip the project and then you'll attach it to your discussion post. If the video that you create is too big for Canvas, and you'll know if it's too big because it just won't load, you can actually add it to your zip folder. And so this video explanation shows you how to do that. I can also help you if you run into trouble. Okay, so that's part one. Okay, do the video, hit all the talking points, and upload the zipped project and the video. Okay. Part two is to review two of your peers' projects. So in your review, I want to know what you liked about the project and the class they created, how you think other developers might be able to use the class in their own applications, and what additional features you would like to see in the next version of the application. Okay, and so that part of the showcase is due at the end of the week. Okay, so that is your showcase. And I have directions for using Zoom down here. But as I said, you can use any video software that you're comfortable with. And if you don't want to record the video yourself, plan on attending the live stream class because that is what we're going to be doing on December 8th. So that is the final project. That is the final showcase. The other thing that we have for these last few weeks of school is the final exam. Okay, and it is a cumulative final. Okay, but you'll notice that I have the build on last attempt feature enabled. So you will be able to take this multiple times and it will only show you the questions that you missed. Okay, so basically each time you take it, you should get a better score. Okay. And note that you can take it an unlimited number of times. Okay? You just need to make sure that you submit it before the due date. Okay. And it is due at the end of our last week of school on the 12th. Okay. So if you have any questions about the project, the showcase, the final exam, please reach out because I am happy to help you. And I am really looking forward to seeing what you guys create.